Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video, folks. Once again, I'm going to be talking about the current situation in the market, what I'm doing, what to expect and stuff like that. However, before we get into the video, if you see any comments down below in the comments section with regards to this amazing trader that is making people loads of money and asking people to go and check him out on whatever, whether it's Telegram or WhatsApp or whatnot, just bear in mind that this is most likely a scam, and if you put your money with these people, you will most likely never see it again because they're out to get your money. So don't fall for that scam. The other thing I wanted to mention is I'm not a professional trader, nor do I pretend to be, and I am not giving out any financial advice. So, well, it's been a while since I made one of these videos, so let's talk about the situation, what has changed since then. Well, everything really, because we are massively down. There is blood in the streets and it is looking pretty darn bloody. And I don't know why I said it that way, but yeah, just go with me. The situation itself is not great at all, if I'm going to be honest with you. But then, does this scare me? Well, no, it doesn't, because to be honest, this is something that I expected and foresaw happening. Now, this whole year, so until the end of 2022, I don't see very many big changes or a bull market as such. I think we will be seeing a lot of this fluctuation in the market, and that is because, of course, following COVID, we have a little bit of a financial situation that isn't too great. Now, of course, the Fed are trying to fix it, I guess. But it's going to take time. So we're going to see rate hikes, sometimes at 25% point or 25 point rate hike. It can be a 50 rate hike. These are not necessarily good, but this is a situation where we can take advantage of it. So first things first, I'll talk about this in the final section about the video, how I'm going to take it, how I'm going to approach it, and my approach to the whole situation. But let's look at what the cryptocurrency market is currently doing. Bitcoin is down, so is Ethereum. So as you can see right there. However, this is quite interesting to know, as compared to 2 months ago, we are only down to $2,827 per Ethereum, where I'd say about 2 months ago it was around 2,500. So this is now the new lowest point. And the same thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down, but it's not down as bad as it was before. So it is gaining a bit of strength. Now, if we go further down, the entire market, of course, is doing the exact same thing as the top dogs. We can see that XRP is down, Solana's down, Terra Luna's down. We see Dogecoin down, Shiba Inu, and so on. It just continues all the way down. We can see stuff like this where there's a little bit of a buy-in, but then followed by a sell-off. ApeCoin, again, had a nice little run up to the top, and now we're seeing a sell-off. So stuff like this, it's basically going to trade sideways. This is what I like to call sideways trading. But let's look at the whole situation. And actually, before I get into it, so if your big stocks are down, like for example Nasdaq, S&P 500, if these are going down, cryptocurrency will follow what this does. Now, of course, on top of this, we also have the US government basically looking at how to regulate crypto. So that's adding to the fear element with regards to crypto. Personally speaking, I think the crypto market does need to be regulated. And I think once these get set up and it is regulated, initially there will be a bear market, and afterwards it will go into a bull market. Of course, that will scare some people off, but eventually it will go back up. It just means that, of course, the US recognizes that crypto is here to stay, and of course it will start regulating the crypto market. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen as well. We will probably hear news about it, I would say, in the second to third quarter of this year. We'll see exactly what goes on with that, how it's going to get regulated. And yes, I don't really expect anything major to happen this year, personally speaking. If it does, then that's good. If it doesn't, that's still good because we can load up. Now, I want to show you something right here, okay? This is quite important. And personally speaking, I've loaded up on Bitcoin and Ethereum quite heavily this round. And let me show you exactly what's going on here. Let's wait for it to load up. Let's go to all, yeah? So all the trading days that Bitcoin has had. Now, if we draw a line from the bottom to the newest lowest bottom, so say just this section right here, let's do 1 year. Let's do that. Nope. Okay, let's do that then. Let's work with this. We can actually zoom in, so that's fine. We're interested in this section right here, but say if we were to draw a line from this point and just connect every bottom that Bitcoin has had, you will see that it's forming higher lows. So there we go. As you can see right there, I'm trying to get it. There we go. As I was saying, not long ago, its lowest low, so to speak, was $35,000. Now we are at $38,000. So slowly but steadily, it's forming higher lows. That means it is going up in value. That to me is a very bullish sign. So what I intend to do is every time Bitcoin goes down, I'm going to load up and hold on to it. So if you load it up here, for example, at $30,000, you would be better off when it hit the next bottom, which was 43, and so on. We are now at oh sorry, was that 43? No, it should be lower than that. Hold on a bit. It's kind of, there we go, 35. Yeah, and if you load it up here, you'd still be better off at its new lowest point, which is 38. Now I do expect to see this type of, let's call it sideways action. I don't expect to see any movement like this, at least this year. The likelihood of something like this, where it goes all the way up, has a nice, wonderful bull run, I'll expect to see that maybe at some point next year, halfway through next year, at the way things are going with everything that is more or less expected to happen. Now, let's look at Ethereum, because this one is another one that's quite interesting. Let's do this, do that. Ethereum has done the exact same thing. So if we draw a line and connect the bottoms, as you can see, the lowest low basically is right here. If you bought in here, I'm trying to get this, is a bit difficult. Say, for example, $1,700 per coin, and held on until the next low. Right there, as you can see, it is actually higher than the previous one. So we are forming higher lows. And so therefore, we are still in an uptrend. And I think with time, Ethereum is going to reach Bitcoin prices. So what I'm trying to do, for example, right now, I'm focusing heavily on Ethereum because I think Ethereum is worth investing in. I think Ethereum is going to be the next Bitcoin in the sense of values per coin. So I think it will, or has the chance to reach say $5,000 per coin or $10,000 per Ethereum. Personally speaking, I'm banking on that. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I definitely want to load up on as much Ethereum as I can. Now, let's go to Shiba Inu. It's further down here. Nope, I went a bit too far. Whoopsies. Same thing with Shiba Inu. If we do the whole chart right here, as you can see, the low point on the chart, actually, if we follow that over the long period of time, it is actually forming bottoms that are higher than the previous ones. And that's what we're looking at. Yes, it's nice when you get a nice run up to the top, but it always comes back down. However, we still have a line that goes up. Overall, it does level out, it does trade sideways after a while, and then it has one of these runs. Will that happen again? I don't know. But to me, for example, this right here, okay, is a small version of this. So we see the exact same action here, and then we see this, but on a larger scale. So when Shiba Inu has another run to the upside. I kind of expect it to do something like this. It'll have a nice mad run all the way to the top, then come all the way down and trade at a low level, but a level that is, so even that low level will be higher than the one before. So it's definitely worth keeping that in mind. Of course, things may change, but so far this is the reoccurring pattern that I see with Shiba Inu. Definitely worth picking up some. I am, of course, invested in Shiba Inu. Now this time around, I've actually loaded up quite nicely on Terra Luna. I've got Solana. I've sold my XRP, but I intend to pick up some more. I've got, of course, Shiba Inu, as well as, where is it? Somewhere around here. There we go. Decentraland Mana. So definitely a good price to pick up some of this as well. Now, let's talk about the current situation and what is happening. Actually, let me bring up this right here for you guys. So this is when the Fed meeting is taking place. So it's actually taken now, and then tomorrow it'll take place. Of course, you want to keep track of these dates because it's quite important. This is one of the big news, pieces of news actually, that has affected the market as a whole. So what am I saying by this? Basically, the stock market has had a massive crash as a result of this. So, of course, initially the expectation was a 25 basis point rate hike, but then news came out that there may be a 50 basis point Fed rate hike, which then turned the little bullish run that we had into a massive bear run, and everything went downhill from there. Now, a lot of people would be scared and would be selling their things off, their stocks, their currency. I'm not. This is when I started buying in, and I bought in heavily. A company I've invested in, of course, is Johnson & Johnson, which has generally tended to do quite good. I bought loads of McDonald's because, again, that's done good. I bought loads of crypto. I mean, this round, I put in a lot of money in crypto. So basically, I think if I were to average it out, I probably put 30% of my money into the stocks that I mentioned, and then the rest of the 70% went straight into crypto, because I think this is a good low point to buy. And I think, 2-3 months down the line, I'll be up even when it goes back down. Following, of course, what I said and what I showed you before. So, what is the best plan to do? What is the best thing to do? What am I doing? Well, I am not worried or concerned at all. Firstly, there have been many crashes in the stock market. However, the stock market always recovered, and when it did, it recovered and did better than before. So that is no worry for me. I just have to wait it out, and if that's what it takes, then so be it. Same thing with crypto. Now, what I want to do with crypto is I want to buy on days like this, where everything is down, and I want to put in a lot of money. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat that I'm going to focus heavily on Ethereum. I'm going to pick up quite a fair amount of Bitcoin. I want some Shiba Inu, and then I'll basically put something into Terra Luna and Solana, and of course I'll probably pick up some XRP and some ApeCoin. I will also invest in some ApeCoin. Now, I think ApeCoin will be one of those coins that will do really well once all of its coins are on the market, as well as once all of the people that have received their ApeCoin for free will have decided what to do, whether they're keeping it, whether they're selling it. So those that had the Bored Ape NFTs received a certain amount of ApeCoins for free. So that is one of the fears and concerns that I have around this. But because it is associated with that, so the Bored Ape Club NFTs, basically, I think it's going to do well just because of its association with this. So I am keeping my eye on it. I'm interested in it, but I'm still a bit, do I go in now? Do I go, even if I don't time it right, I've got other currencies that I'm invested in. As I said, I think it's worth keeping an eye on, but probably not the right time to buy it as of yet. I think it has potential, although to be fairly honest, it is a bit of a meme coin and therefore not really any utility with regards to it, but who knows, at some point down the line we might start seeing some utility with it. But yeah, going forward, I think that, as I said, and I'm kind of saying July, maybe August, I don't think we will see anything different in terms of the market and how it moves. And of course, I'm referring to both the stock market and crypto market. There might be a chance that we might see some positivity in the market towards the end of this year, but even so, I'm not all that hopeful for it. I think the first part of next year might be a bit rocky, let's put it this way, but I think afterwards we will start seeing a bit of a run to the upside. So basically what I'm doing in preparation for that section or that portion of time, or up to say next year, let's say up to the second quarter of next year, is I am loading up. Of course, I'm going to be in red and I expect to see that. It doesn't bother me. Okay, let me put it this way. It doesn't bother me because I know by my calculations, by my expectations, I don't expect to see anything positive or good up until that point. If it does, it's a bonus. If it doesn't happen, well, I kind of foresaw it. So that is the way I'm playing it. Of course, there is a high possibility, in my opinion, that the U.S. economy is headed for a recession. So I've catered that into my calculations, or catered for that into my calculations. And the best time to buy anything is when it's down, okay, not when it's up. So when it's in the red, that's the best time to buy it. So that is exactly what I'm doing. When it's in the green, that's when I stop my buying or move into another asset that is down. Basically, at least that's the way I am going to be playing it. So yes, my portfolio will have quite a bit of red. It's fine. I just don't look at it and, you know, obviously keep my ear to the ground, listen out to what's going out there in the world, you know, what's going on out there in the world and stuff like that. But yeah, just be patient. All good things come to those who wait. And so, guys, don't be fearful of what is happening. Do not panic sell. If anything, personally speaking, I'm buying as much as I can, as much as I can put down, with the knowledge that if I lose it, it doesn't bother me. So basically, that's the way I'm playing it. I'm buying in. If I lose it, it's gone. It's gone, whatever. It won't really affect my way of living, if that makes sense. But that is pretty much it for this video. I do hope that this video does kind of make it feel a bit better in these hard times. Like, honestly, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's going to change at some point in the future. I'm not going to say soon because it will take some time. But I think all in all, it will bounce back and it will get better at some point in the future. Probably towards the end of the year, or maybe at some point in the beginning of next year. I don't expect to see anything any sooner than that. I mean, this is how I see things. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen, how you plan stuff out, what you think is going to happen, how you think the market's going to go. Of course, that is pretty much it for me for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, folks.